How we doing here? Hey, everybody! Hello! Oh, this mic is in there. Hello! Are you guys ready for a comedy show? Yeah! Yeah! Oh my gosh, who else thought this show was at 7 and was running around the pier like a chicken with their head cut off? Is that just me? Is that just, no? Okay, all right, cool. Cool. Before I get into like jokes, I'm just going to encourage everybody. I see everybody's all spread out. And as you can tell, as much as I love performing for chairs, they're so beautiful. It's so nice. If I could get as many people as possible to group up in the middle, we won't bite you too hard, but unless you want to. But if you'd like to group up in the middle, we would love that. My name's Anna Valenzuela. I'm a comedian. I'm very excited to be performing on the pier today. Yeah. The way my career was going, I didn't know this was how I would be performing on the pier. I thought for sure I'd be playing music or some other activity. It's a beautiful day. Did you guys fight traffic to get here? Yeah? Yeah? Are we all good LA multitaskers? Anybody contour their face in traffic today? Was that just me? Is that just me taking it to the highest level? That's what I like to do. Here's what you need to know about me. Come on in, people. I see you. You're like, what's happening here? It's a comedy show. Laughter is the best medicine, right? Except if you're really sick, in which case you should see a doctor. But all right, my name's Anna Valenzuela. Here's some facts you need to know about me. I have 16 years clean and sober. That's what you need to know. Thank you. I will tell my sponsor a bunch of you clapped. I can see all of you very clearly, so I know. I know if you did not clap, and I am hurt. I will write about it. I have 16 years clean and sober, and I just turned 37 years old. Yeah. So that means when some of you were reading Harry Potter, I was dropping acid and being Harry Potter. That's what I was doing. I was having a very good time. It was very exciting. I know I'm not a person who can drink or do drugs. But clap if you're drinking. Please have one for me. Oh my God. Please. I wish I could, but I know I can't because I come from a long line of women that drink a little bit, maybe smoke a little bit, and then get in their cars and hit houses. Let me tell you about it. It's very fun. I'm going to tell you in the order of excitement. First up was me. I was about 15 years old, and my boyfriend was like, I'm going to teach you how to drive my truck. And I was like, all right, boyfriend. And I definitely had a little bit of weed, and I hit his house just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Guess what, guys? We broke up. That's what happens. Turns out homeowners insurance doesn't cover teen love. Does not cover teen love. Does not. Second one was my grandma. Very fun. She drank a box of wine for breakfast, got mad at me, stole my car, hit her house with it. Isn't that fun? That's a good time. But the last one was my mom, and this is the best. I was making out with a boy on the couch when I was 15 years old because I'm a very classy lady. This is making out, right? Like, this is how you do it? Just like a weird mashing of bodies. So I'm making out with a boy on a couch, and I hear my mom's car pull into the driveway, and I heard a big loud crash, and I saw my mom's car pull into the living room. Yeah. I don't know if any of you have been C-Block Kool-Aid Man style by your mom, but that was my childhood. Best part about it is I looked up and I was like, oh no. And she was like, oh yeah. I love my mom because she just admired the hole in the house and went, screw it, I always wanted a carport. I was like, damn, Mom, way to turn this DUI into DIY. Respect. Thank you. I'm a Latina. Where are my Latinx people? I don't want to make any assumptions. Hello, how's it going? Hi. I could tell by your mustache. I was like, you represented. That's a good mustache. My dad had so much machismo. I have a Tom Selleck mustache. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go home and shave. It's gonna be hot. No, I'm a Latina. If you couldn't tell by the hoops and the hair and the attitude, and I have the world's whitest boyfriend. I do. Ooh, I know everybody just got a little sad. I know that's saying some stuff. We're in Santa Monica. Y'all got white people out here. That is, don't worry, I got my eye on you, sir. We'll be safe together. But no, I have the world's whitest boyfriend, and sometimes other brown people, they give me a little shade. They're like, hey, why couldn't you, date a Latino? Why couldn't you do that? It's like, first off, I don't like playing genetic roulette. You know what I mean? Like, that's not Our families don't tell us anything. Sir, we could be related. We don't even know it. It's true. You better call it Sia. It's true. But the other reason, if you haven't dated a super white guy, you got to try it because their skin tastes like health insurance. Oh my God. Oh my God. Did y'all know you taste that way? It's amazing. Health insurance. And my dude, he is like rich, so his tastes like PPO. That is what it is. Oh, good kisses. Good kisses. I'm like, you mean I can see any specialist I want? Thank you. How white is he? I'm so glad you asked. Oh my God. Thank you. His middle name is Berenson. Yeah, you know, like Trump's kid. Isn't that great? Yeah, that's a name you have to have an underbite and an overbite to say at the same time. That is peak inbreeding. How white is he? I'm so glad you asked. We went on a vacation to the desert, and he brought a hat, which is good. I don't want him to burn up like y'all do sometimes. That's not good. Don't want him to catch fire. But that hat, it required a hat box. Yeah, you know, like a fancy lady from the 1800s. I was like, my lord, would you like it in the Corolla as I loaded it in for him? Well, very much like the help. How white is he? I'm so glad you asked. He was just in a skiing accident. Yeah, you can laugh at that. We all know that's the whitest accident you could get in. Maybe next to surfing, you know what I mean? I think the only thing whiter than that is if he fell off of his yacht into sharp money. That would have been it. Some older wealthy people here looking at me like, I wanted to be your friend. No, it's okay. It's okay. Please pay me. It's pretty great. I really enjoy being in a relationship with him. He is a good guy. We had a very interesting moment recently. We went to a wedding that was so romantic, it almost broke us up. You ever gone to a wedding where you walk out and you're like, oh, we're never going to be able to do that. Oh my God, that's just true love. But it was funny. We were on the way out of the wedding, and I asked him, I was like, hey, babe, oh my God, have you ever felt romantic toward me the way that the couple felt romantic toward each other? And he was just like, nope, that was it. That was his answer. That was his answer. Peak autism is what came out of him. That's what happened. Oh my God, it was so funny. And then I asked him, I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, he started to give me a very clinical answer like they do. And then finally I said, you know what? I'm going to move out. And he was like completely shocked. He was like, what do you mean? I saw Downton Abbey. You don't have to be in love to be in a relationship. And I was like, oh my God. And as I was leaving, he was giving me the best answer a person could give, which was, don't leave me. The housing market in Los Angeles is really tough. It'll be very difficult for you to find a place, and you're going to want to split the room with somebody. So we're going to get married. Kidding. Okay, I'm going to leave you with a very fun, stupid joke, okay? So like I told you, I just turned 37. Yay, I'm old. Woo! I'm not old. I'm old to you guys. To everybody else, I'm average, and that is great. I'm excited. I am excited. I'm not dyeing my hair anymore because I'm not trying to fool anyone. That's what's happening. I'm settling in. But I was at the gym because that's what happens when you work in entertainment and you're in your late 30s. Somebody just shows up to your house one day and knocks dinner out of your hand and goes, go to an LA Fitness. And so that's what I did. So I'm at the LA Fitness, and the trainer, she was asking me, she was like, what are your fitness goals? Like, what are your fitness goals? Do you want, like, flat abs? Do you want, like, a really big booty? Like, what are your fitness goals? Trying to get me excited. And I was like, listen, I got a man at home, and I just turned 37. I just don't want my pants to hurt. That's it. I just don't. Some of my pants hurt, and I don't want it. Okay, you guys feel warmed up. Here's what I want you to do, because some of you just arrived. This is a comedy show, so this experience is only as good as you guys are willing to let it be. So, like, we got to fill up this space. We got to make it feel like this is a comedy club with, like, a ceiling, and we got to make it feel like a roar of applause, because these comedians, they have been on television. They tour all over the world. They're great. They're fantastic. So you're getting a bajillion-dollar performance on the pier right now. So I want you to give them a bajillion audience sort of like response. Am I making sense? I ran to get here. Okay, guys, clap your hands. Get excited. Get amped. This next comedian, you've seen him on Comedy Central, and you know what? Chicks dig him. Guys, give it up for Andre Kelly!
Hey, folks, another round of applause for Ana Valenzuela. Ana Valenzuela, let her hear it. Show her some love. I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, supporting live comedy, especially the entire black community of Santa Monica. Thanks for coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for supporting the brother and, of course, security. That's nice. Hey, how you doing? Say, the city of Santa Monica, I appreciate the banner you put together. Y'all must have spent tens of dollars on this stuff. Wow, y'all killing me. Welcome to the first annual Peer on the Comedy Show. My name's Andre Kelly, born and raised in the Midwest. Yeah, Midwest, folks, yeah. People tell me I have a white accent. It's true, it's true. Back in the day, I used to get job interviews over the telephone, you know. I show up, they're like, oh. You're Andre. Oh, we didn't know you were so tall. We had no idea you were so tall. I love LA, though. I've never been in a city with this many races and ethnicities in my life. This is amazing to me. I love it. Every single day in my neighborhood, I got a woman outside yelling at kids. Mira, mira, oye, que carajo, puñeta, tu madre. Puta pendejo, marisco. Toma away. You know, and she's Korean. Obviously, you know what I mean? My car's from out of state. Apparently, I have special features and options your vehicles don't have here. Turn signals, brakes, full coverage. You know who you are. Folks are very, very opinionated out here in LA. I had no idea. Folks will literally walk up to you and offer you totally unsolicited advice on how to improve your appearance. Did you know this? Swear to God, I was at Bloomingdale's. This white woman walks right up to me and says, you know, sir, I could recommend a shaving cream for those horrible razor bumps. That's very nice, lady. I can recommend a treadmill for your big ass. How about that? Is that a nice? LA is something else. Only in LA will you see a guy holding a sign that says, we'll work for food, and then you look really close and it's like an old iPad. I mean, how bad is it, right? Only in LA will you see ice cream trucks at 10 o'clock at night. I mean, you're really... Only in LA will you see dollar Chinese food restaurants, you know, next to a pet store. This town is something else, right? Even my grocery store is many things. I'm not going to say the name, obviously. I'm at another business. But let's just say I buy my food for less. And, oh, we got some broke people here. Oh, yeah. You know your grocery store is ghetto as hell when the produce has bullet holes in it, right? Oh, my God, I love it. I love it. I love the big city. My little twang comes out sometimes. I get a little excited, my little country accent. People think that country, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that we're stupid. We're not stupid. We're not dumb. We're just very basic. Country folks are very basic. We say what we mean what we say. Like, we don't bullshit. We don't do that. Like, recently my brother married a white woman. Yay for the swirl. You know, hey. My family was at the wedding throwing brown rice, trying to be funny. That's how country folks do, you know. I love my family, but they are really country. They really embarrass me sometimes. You know, sometimes your family embarrasses you. You're used to them, but when you take them out of their natural habitat, they really lose their minds. Oh, my God, I brought them to L.A. to show them the big city. We went to Chinatown. They were pointing at people and calling them ornamentals. Oh, my God. Swear to God. We went to Whole Foods to get the ingredients from my dad's world-famous chili. They're just shouting across the store like they'd never been anywhere. Honey, you see any crackers over there? My dad's looking around, like, yeah, a whole lot of them. Dad, no, you can't. Yeah, that's how country folks do. Went to a Dodger game around the parking lot. My uncle's being loud, looking around. Good Lord! Look at all these Mexicans. Is this what y'all call a gang out here? Well, they are now. Let's head for the car. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea about my family. My family's country as hell, and we love our new white sister-in-law. We love her. She's adorable. Her family, not so much. They're all from Western Oklahoma. Yeah, they got this little carnival workers dynasty thing going on. They thought we were after their money. They're at the wedding being all loud and crazy. Hey! We ain't got nothing against no Negroes. I really don't. We just never had none in our family tree. Like, what further damage could we possibly do to that battered strand of DNA? What the hell are they scared of? Like, we're going to add something new to their gene pool, like full sets of teeth and thumbs, perhaps, I don't know. I love being a small town country boy. I love living in the city, but I used to get in so much trouble living in a small town in Kansas. I used to wear this t-shirt that simply reads, "It's a black thing. You wouldn't understand." This white woman snaps on me one day. Andre, what is wrong with you people? Why don't y'all open up and talk about stuff like that? I'm like, what's the big deal? If you ask most people of color, there's a whole lot of white things we don't understand, right? Bungee jumping, that's a white thing we don't understand. Fighting over Eggo waffles, that's a white thing we don't understand. Falling off of cruise ships, that's a white thing we don't understand. Playing with Ouija boards for fun, that is a white thing we don't understand. Watching a horror movie at midnight in a cemetery, that is a white thing we don't understand. Messing around with sharks at all, that's a white thing we don't understand. Dogs in clothing, that's a white thing we don't understand, right? Kissing your dog in the mouth, that is a white thing we don't understand. Buying dog food, that's a white thing we don't understand, right? They get what's on sale. Walking into a dark, deserted, haunted-ass house, hearing a strange noise and going, "Hello, is anybody there?" Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Oh, my God. I love my folks. I do. I love my folks. Best time of the year for me was coming to L.A., and swear to God, I got to go home for the first time at Thanksgiving. I got to sit at the adults' table. That's a big deal in a black house, right? And Latinos, that's a big deal. Somebody had to die for me to move up a plate. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. I'm all excited. I'm looking around. I'm like, yay! Where's Aunt Edna? Where's Aunt Edna? I don't see her around here. I was like, but you know your family's really nosy, and they ain't seen your black behind in a long time. They're asking a bunch of family questions. You're not going anywhere. They have said grace. That if food's moving around, you're stuck. You're not going anywhere. Andre, when you gonna get married? Andre, when you gonna bring home a girlfriend? Andre, the sisters at church want to know, when you gonna have some kids, boy? And my white sister-in-law, she's defending me, of course. You know, y'all leave the brother alone. Maybe he doesn't even like chocolates. Whoa. I like chocolate just fine. I just like mine with nuts. So thank you. Thank you so much. The kids are explaining that to the adults. That's great. All right, fine. That moment on, it was like Jerry Springer Live. Oh, my God. They lost their mind. They lost their minds. Gay, you can't be gay. Boy, you can't be gay. You don't even look gay. Well, I'm one of the newer models. My auntie was, you know, that one auntie that's always talking trash. Boy, you know I love you, but don't you ever try to wear none of my clothes. Oh, yeah, like as a gay man, I would ever wear the crap you buy. Oh, yeah. Why don't you lock up that Golden Girls collection? I got my eye on. Whatever. Of course, Grandma's drinking. She's drinking a little whiskey, the hot toddy. She's already halfway lit. She's all, that's okay, baby. That's all right. We got a lot of gay boys at my church. We sure do. Why are y'all so crazy about Tupperware? What are you talking about, Tupperware? Well, baby, all they do is complain about too many bottoms and not enough tops to go with them. That's all they do is complain about too many. Some of y'all don't watch Bravo. That's okay. It's okay. It shows. My grandma was so drunk. She's tripping like, baby, I saw on the TV with that Obamacare. Y'all even got y'all's own insurance companies. And I thought about my grandma. Those are HMOs. That's not even the same thing. What is wrong with you? Just take your medication. Grandma's drunk. Now, most women know next to diamonds and D-size batteries, a gay man is a woman's best friend. Am I right, ladies? Clap your hands if a gay man is a good... Right? Some of you know this. Some of you don't know. I can tell by how you're dressed. I love straight... I love straight girls. I do. I adore them. I do. Straight ladies, I got some advice for you. You want some advice from Big Gay Dre? You want some advice? All right. Do me a favor. Stop asking me if your man is hot. Stop asking me if your man is hot. You know, if you got to ask somebody else if your man is hot, you know he's a booger wolf right there, right? Oh, my God, Becky, stop tripping with stop asking me if your man is hot, because there's nothing wrong with dating an ugly guy. I see some of y'all agree with me. I'm just saying he might be hot to you, but he's probably not somebody else's screensaver. That's what I'm saying, ladies. Because women, you need to learn to grade on a curve. Grade on a curve. Because women get an attitude. They find out I'm gay, they start shoving their phone in my face. Andre, I don't care what you say. I think my man looks like that rapper The Weeknd. Yeah, well, it looks more like a Monday to me. I don't even know. I love straight girls. I do. Straight girls do some stuff that annoys me, though, because I love you and I adore you, but you do some crazy stuff. Straight ladies, do me a favor. Stop dating your exes. Stop dating your exes. Don't point to your girlfriends. You know who the hell you are. Stop dating your ex. You know what I'm saying, ladies? It's like you went you can be friends. You can live together. You can raise that child. You can run a business. You know, you can do that. You can be progressive. But when you date your ex, instantly, metaphorically, that's going backwards. That's like you went to the great restaurant of relationships in the sky, snatched the menu from the waiter. What was that thing I had last time? Pissed off all my friends, drove away all my family, obliterated all traces of credit and self-esteem. I think I'll have that again. Yeah, ladies, if it isn't glass, plastic, or aluminum, you cannot recycle an asshole. Stop dating your ex! Oh my God, all right? I love you, I do. Ladies, I know what it's like, 'cause look at me, I'm single. I'm totally like, I don't get it with the guys. Look, I'm country. Look, I'm 6'2", 260 pounds of corn-fed, batter-dipped, deep-fried chocolate deliciosity. That's right. I live in Hollywood, but these are real. These are real. Pow, 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 pow. Adam and Steve, you can touch them after the show, ladies. You can. I know how hard it is. I get it. It's hard to date out here. I get it. I swear to God, I was at the Grove. I was talking to this guy. I'm like, hey, how long you been gay? I thought we hit it off. He's like, gay? I'm like, yeah, how long you been gay? He's like, I'm not gay. I'm like, you're not gay. I'm bi. Oh, you're bi. What, you don't believe me? No, I think you said bye to women a long time ago. That's what I think. It's not, look, I get it. I'm not really like a lot of guys out here. I don't really do well with the men in LA. Ladies, let me give you some advice. Guys are like action figures. Guys are like action figures. Collect them all, collect them all, collect them all. Black men. I love black men. The only thing better than one black man is two black men. Get your freak on. Do your thing. White men. I've gone out with plenty of white men. Not after Labor Day. Obviously, that's not cool. I don't, you know. I like biracial men. I've never seen an ugly biracial man in my life. In fact, I found out recently that I, too, am biracial. I'm half black, half African American. And some of y'all are haters. I love Asian men. Asian men, they're the bomb. Asian men, they got smooth skin and good credit. I love Asian men. You get laid and get a house. Black and yellow, black and yellow. I love Asian men. I like those Middle Eastern guys, those guys from the Jason Bourne movies, because they look dangerous, right? Oh, they can blow me up anytime. Everyone knows my number one first-round draft pick, especially living in L.A., the cans. I love the cans. Go out and get you a can, ladies. Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican. You got brown skin? Hell yes, we can. That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Latino men make my head sweat. My dream and my fantasy is to wake up on a Sunday morning, read the New York Times, and eat pudding out of Mario Lopez's dimples. That's my dream. I love them Latino men. I swear to God, I do. I do my thing. But straight girls, I do love my straight girls, but they're not as much fun as straight guys. Straight guys get really weird around me. I don't know why that is. Because I go to straight clubs, I like to dance. Doesn't matter to me what kind of club it is. But guys get territorial. They get in my face. I swear to God, I walk in the door. Yo, dude, I saw you looking at my girl. Well, yeah, she's got an ugly hair weave. Of course I'm looking at your girl. What is wrong with you? Oh, yeah? Well, at least I ain't wearing my little brother's shirt. Well, actually, sir, this is your little brother's shirt. Don't come for me. Don't even. I love my straight girls. Straight girls treat me like a straight dude. It's really weird. They flirt with me. They do all kinds of weird stuff. Women do. Here's the thing that bothers me the most. Women cut in front of me in line. They cut in front of me in line like, you cannot see my big black ass. Are you serious? Oh, you can't. Grocery store, 9 items or less. They get right in front of me. You don't mind, do you? Yeah, I mind. You just cut in front of me. Of course I mind. Are you sure? Girl, your powers don't work on me. Back of the line, bitch. Back of the line. Don't even try. Back of the line. I go to Latino clubs. That is my favorite thing in the world. Salsa, merengue, bachata. I'll be on the dance floor. Está la 15. Está la 15. This girl grabs my butt. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't understand. I love black men. Well, girl, I do too. Get off me. What is wrong? When you go somewhere. Here's the deal, ladies. If you can't figure it out, here's the deal. Think of me as your big gay brother from high school. Remember those days? We'd sit in the mall on Sunday afternoons and you would talk mad trash in my ear about every female walking by, but nobody could hear you trashing these other women. Andre, look at her hair. No, she didn't. Andre, look at her shoes. Beat up from the feet up. Andre, oh my God. Look at that big girl coming down the escalator. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. If I ever get that big, oh my God, you shoot my big ass. I'm looking at my girl like, bitch. Bang! Okay, you're already that big. Folks, you've been amazing. My name's Andre. Thanks for having me here at Comedy at the Pier. I appreciate it. Thanks for
Andre Kelly, everybody! Honey! Oh my gosh, Andre, you need to know that I just texted my gay husband. I was like, I found you a new man. I did. I'm not kidding. I'll show you the receipts.
Oh my
Guys,
God.
are you ready for more comedy? Are you enjoying yourself? Oh my gosh, this next comedian, he comes to us by way of Florida, which is a lot like Santa Monica, just so you know, more alligators and drugs. And you've seen him on HBO. And here's another fun fact about him. He once won an Olympic bronze medal in ice dancing. Guys, give it up for Sandro!
One more time for Ann, everybody. Andre, give it up. Give it up for yourselves for being here and sitting down and enjoying the night, putting on your shoes. Give it up for yourself for putting your pants on, zipping those pants, buttoning them, or zip. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Put them on. Good. I'm glad. Everybody's wearing shirts. That's nice. I like that. Even if you weren't wearing a shirt, at least you brought your torso with you. I think we should all be grateful for being grateful. And never ever doubting your drug dealer's potency of marijuana. My God, I feel good. This is the prettiest. You know what's ironic is you are missing the best sunset of your lifetime. That's the funny part of the night. Is that geez, just take a moment. I have a lot of really funny, clever stuff to say, and I'm gonna get to it. It's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna go, I never thought about that so stupidly before. But that sunset scene, it's gorgeous. How are you, man? Feels good. First time in my life I ever drank water out of a box. Never done that. I've been in LA 10 years. First time I ever drank water out of a box. So now when I go back home and drink it out of the hose, it's going to feel really weird. Because I'm having a little money problem right now, so I've been living under my car. And at the car wash, I park at the car wash. And the water's terrible, but it's free. Because I know the plumber to open up. Things are going great. I'm having a great time. This is the coolest. I like this because I envision if my set doesn't go well, I'm just going to jump right into the water. I figure that's the quickest way to do that is just, right inside. I'll make that sound too as I jump. I'll go, because I want it to be fun for other people too. Again, I made a cartoon sound when he, I think he's dead, but that was pretty funny. This is so cool. My name is Sandro. It's Italian from Alessandro, meaning Alessandro, and English meaning, did you mean Sandra? Sandra, right? Nope, not Sandra. I'm Sandro. I'm a guy. I know it's not, it's cool, whatever, but I'm a guy. I was born with a full head of back hair. I'm a guy. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man. Feels weird to say. Yeah, my parents didn't want to call me Alessandro because they were afraid that people would call me Alex because they thought that was so ugly to be called Alex. Because in Italian, you're supposed to end everything in a vowel, and it's supposed to be amore, It's not supposed to be amor. Because in Italian, that doesn't, in like other languages, amor, I get it, I love. But in Italian, it's amore. You got to have the vowel at the end, So instead of going from Alex, which would have been very easy to memorize, even if they didn't like it, I have to now tell people I'm not Sandra. I'm not a boy named Sue. Which is a very amazing Shel Silverstein song. If you guys don't know, that guy wrote. The guy could read and write. He's a good guy. Good guy. I had a pretty good day today, a very positive day. I'm trying to be a little more positive, and just because why not? I got to reconnect with an old Navy buddy of mine, which was pretty incredible. I haven't seen this guy in about 10 years. We used to work at Old Navy together. And so, Old Navy fan. It's a great store. I love that store. Yeah. There was a bit of a gap in our friendship, but The guy's an American Eagle. What can I say? He's an American Eagle, you know? Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay, sorry, I had to name one more store in the mall so I get my gift certificate in the mail during my set. This is so high. Fun. I'm so fun. Too much. I'm originally from Florida. Florida's an interesting state. It doesn't really have its own identity as a state. It's the only state where the further north you travel, the more in the south you are. That's Florida. When you're like, hey, when are we going to get to the south? And a couple hundred more miles north. We'll be right there. It's weird. There was kids who had Confederate flags on Toyotas. What's your point? That's, you know, that card. Japan isn't in the United States. And Japan didn't, you know, it wasn't part of the Confederate South. I thought, you know, the Philippines were, but Japan wasn't. People don't know that. It's like, why would you have that on your car? It's a Japanese automobile. That's an American flag. Made in China. Why would you have that on your, you know? I live in West Hollywood now. West Hollywood, you know, big difference. I like gay air. And I don't care. I've been there 7 years. All of my neighbors think I'm adorable, and that makes my day every day. That makes me feel good. I spend way too much time at the mailbox making package jokes. Did you get your package? Your package? So the big package, you know, I make jokes like that, and it's cool. I dig it. I like it. I leave my apartment and my 2 cats behind. I feel like a real man. I don't care. I feel good. But like when you live someplace for so long, like I lived in Florida and I loved it, but after a while I was like, oh, get me out of here. Like West Hollywood's kind of the same way, like, you know, and it's no fault of anyone, but sometimes gay guys, you know, as much as I love them, sometimes they push my buttons, my buttons. See, sometimes gay guys will push my butt ends. What a beautiful sunset. My butt in. Beautiful sunset. I don't normally perform this close to the water. That's what's throwing me off, I think. I used to perform, like, you know, in the middle of the ocean. I would be escorted out there, and like I'd have to like put on like cement shoes and stuff and tell jokes as I got thrown over the. If that searchlight on the helicopters, I'm wanted in 4 states. So if that thing turns around, I don't know what to do. So I'm just letting you know. I do live in West Hollywood. I love it. I love California. California's just got that attitude that's just like, okay, and I love it. Because it's like, yeah, we're not impressed. California, yeah. I love the state. I dig it. Live in my little studio apartment in West Hollywood with my 2 giant 30-pound cats. Love them so much. Used to have dogs, now I have cats. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between cats and dogs? And I gotta be honest, for me personally, different species, completely different species. That's just my thing. I just think they're different species completely. So, you know, I don't know. That's the main difference. I would say that's the biggest dividing line for me would be that they're not even the same animal. That's what I would say. People are like, oh, but dig deeper. What else do they do differently? I'm like, well, they're not even the same DNA at all. Not even close. You know, the different animals, they have different predators. They're different preys. You know, like it's just, some of them, you know, were in Egypt. Other ones, like, you know, I don't know. But other than that, here's another dividing line I find with cats and dogs. Cats can just get poop at higher altitude. Because if a dog has diarrhea, you're like, Fido, Billy. What's a common name for a dog? Carl? Frank, right? Frank. Hey, Frank. Frank. You know Frank. Frank dog, right? Yeah. Hey, Frank dog. He got diarrhea on the tile. And you're like, oh, I got to clean that up. But with a cat, you're like, oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I want something to drink, so I'll open the fridge. Hey, there's a piece of poop on the top of my refrigerator. Why? How did that get there? Cats just jump higher places, and then they just take a dump where they want to. And that means that they dominate you. I don't know why I told that story, but it's very difficult to live with them. They do parkour on my furniture at 4 o'clock in the morning. Just running around kicking all the furniture. Just to entertain themselves. One time I woke up and I was like, stop it! And he just goes, nah! And then kicked... They do that stupid thing when they are about to pounce on something. When they do that thing where they do this. Like, I think that would be the biggest giveaway. Like, if I walked up to somebody and I was like, I don't like this dude. I'm not a fan of this guy. Copters are usually not my favorite thing to perform underneath, but you live and learn. You remember that commercial with the baby diaper. You live and learn, you get love, you get hugs. See, now I completed it for you. This is as weird as I want it to be. I'm having fun. I do live in a very small apartment. I don't have a heater that works. The furnace doesn't work. So when it gets cold, I just turn the oven on. And it works. The other night, my girlfriend was like, it's kind of hot. Did you turn the heat on? I was like, yeah. She goes, what did you put it to? I was like, I don't know, 400? 400 degrees Fahrenheit? Is that too? Does it feel like broil? Should I turn the convection fan on? Do you want me to get the massager, a.k.a. my toothbrush, and massage your shoulders? You gotta reuse things, you know. And the weird thing about living with my cats, too, and having such a small apartment is that everything I cook, my cats smell like everything I cook. They just smell. Like every night I'm going to bed with a cheese pizza. And I have to cuddle with this thing and just try not to eat it. Sometimes I eat the cat. I feel like security is mounting around me. Before I started doing stand-up comedy, I used to work in marketing, and I wrote ad slogans. My last company was for Jimmy Dean, and my last slogan got me fired. It was Jimmy Dean's Breakfast. It's like a sausage fest in your mouth. So I got fired right away. Hey, listen, I want to speak up on something, okay? I have friends, and I want to say, I think that we can talk about whatever we want to in this world, but some things are just been done, so leave them alone. I think that making jokes about white Australians is really un-Aboriginal. Thank you very much, guys. I like trains. I like screeching halts. No. One time I walked up to a concession stand and I said, forgive me, but it has been 3 hot dogs since my last concession. And I ate food. My parents live in Florida. They're very stereotypical Italian parents. They yell at each other constantly, but they do it. They don't. Ever since I remember growing up, like they never yelled at each other. They always tried to hide it, and they'd always do it in like the lamest way possible. And they would just, basically just. Well, they do this thing where they say their name, like whoever they're talking to, they'll say your name at the beginning and of the sentence, and then they'll end it with the sentence. So like they're talking to each other, and it'll be like, Franco, we gotta go, Franco. Rosetta, I know Rosetta. I'm like, what's walkie-talkie? But they would do this thing where they sing it. They're like, Asas, Franco, we gotta go, Franco. Rosetta, I know Rosetta. And just yell at each other already. So it's like a lot of passive-aggressive stuff. And like, and they would always... I want to impart a little wisdom here before I get out of here, before I get off. I'm going to do this joke. I'm going to get off. I'm going to walk off stage. So this joke, I want to get to this part before I forget. It can be very negative when somebody's talking about you or talking behind your back. Because people, when you feel like somebody's talking behind your back, you're like, oh my God, somebody's talking behind my back. You feel like you're being betrayed a little bit, you know, right? But there's a way to look at it where if you think about it, behind your back this is behind your back. Behind your back is your front. This is in front of your back. So when someone's talking behind your back, it's like, yeah, you're having a conversation. You're having a convo. You ever watch the History Channel at 4 o'clock in the morning? It's nothing but German soldiers marching. That's all the History Channel is. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Watch History Channel at 4 o'clock in the morning with your TV remote broken and the volume on mute at 4 o'clock in the morning. German soldiers marching, and you're high, out of your mind. And all I kept thinking was like, man, they're kicking at the same time really good. Like, how are they doing that so good? Because I'm so high, that's all I'm watching is them kick. And I'm like, I don't know how badass I would feel as a soldier if I had to have a choreographer. Okay, everybody, we're going to get out there. We're going to hate everybody. We're going to take your left foot and kick it like this. Take your left foot and kick it. Kick it. Show your hatred. If you don't have hatred, you can't kick your foot. Alternate the legs. Look at you. You are full of rage. Unbelievable. You're such a crazy... Okay, stop. 1 second. Gustav, do you even hate? That is not the footwork of a hatred-full person. 5, 6, okay, very tricky partner, but you see the Führer. Hello, guy. Hello. Pretend like you're stepping over geese. Okay. And the, okay, one more. Gustav, hey, Gusti. One question. You're a Nazi, huh? Because I'm not seeing the hatred. 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, my name is Sandra. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have some prime real estate up front if you would like to come and sit down, snatch these seats up. We're going to keep this show rolling. Yeah, come on, guys, file in. Laughs are better when you group them together. You know what I mean? They're like bed bugs. They need to multiply. So, like, bring them in. Oh, God, why did I remind you of that? All right. Okay, we're shifting around. You guys ready for your next comic? You gotta give me those million claps like you're at Madison Square Garden right now for this next comedian. She is incredible. You know her from Two Dope Queens. You know her from Conan. You know her from being one of my goddamn heroes. Guys, give it up for Jackie Cation.
We did it. We're outdoors trying to be entertained. How's it going out there? They said it's an indoor show, and I was like, it's a carport? Does that count? Anyway, hi, I'm overweight. You may consider that addressed. I don't have any jokes about it. Wow, so he's talking about Nazis. Hey, did you guys know we're going to be the bad guys in World War III? Who knew that? Who knew that growing up? I did not know that. Here's the good news. Germans are going to get to be the good guys. That'll be fun for them. You admit the worst thing you ever did? You get to be the good guys in the sequel. Good for them. Okay, yeah, so... If you're a fan of Captain Knob-Job, you might want to take a fucking lap. I'm getting walked to my car. Anyway, so, here we go. Fuckers. Ooh, was there... Oh, you know what? It might have been in my contract, no swearing. Guess what? Stand-up comedy is an adult sport. Welcome to it. Let's get right into it. Here in America, you can go to a portrait studio, and they will dress you like a cowboy. And they will take a picture of you dressed as an old-timey cowboy. They'll put a sepia on that picture, and then you will have a picture of yourself as an old-timey cowboy. I have always wanted such a photo. In downtown Reykjavik, Iceland, there is a portrait studio that will dress you like a Viking. And I was in downtown Reykjavik, Iceland with my husband, a man, always a fun reveal. And I said to him, can we do it? And he said, we already have an appointment because we are in love. And we went, and they put me in furs, and I had a bow and arrow, and a shield, and a spear, and I felt fierce, I felt sexy, I felt dangerous, and then I saw the photos. I am not going to lie to you people, I look like a tough old bird. I looked like the mother of 13, is what I look like. I look like I just spent 20 years yelling at Viking children. Who has been leaving smoked fish out to spoil, I would have said. Lars, pick it up. Anyway, and my husband, who makes video games for a living, and thus, by definition, is an indoor person. He was wearing 40 pounds of chainmail, and he had a sword and a helmet, very handsome, very sexy. He's actually much better looking than I require. I would have settled for half of that. I am very grateful. He saw his photos, and he said, I look like they came to the village, and they were like, we're going to need everyone, including the accountants. There you go. Eventually, there'll be a joke for each of you, and then you can tap out. It'll be fine, sir. Okay, so, here's the scoop. Yeah, have a seat. What's going to happen? Okay, so I live here in Los Angeles. I am not originally from here. I'm always from somewhere else. Everyone is. And I was I don't know, let's just do this. I was recently, because I do get to travel a lot for stand-up comedy, and I was recently in Eastern Europe performing for U.S. troops. You'll be happy to know U.S. troops, still bored, still bored. Yes, we are brought to them on the backs of elephants, and we perform for them. It's very exciting. They're bored out of their damn minds. So we go. It's me, 4 other comics, and one of those comics grew up here, right here in Los Angeles, over in Compton, young Antoine Young. You ever get a chance to see Antoine Young? Do it. Very funny one-liner, very silly comic. Do you know Antoine? Yeah, there you go. He's a large black man, used to play the football. Anyway, sports are my life. So here's the scoop. He's never left the country before. He's traveled, does stand-up all over, but has never left the country. So he goes through customs for the first time, and they hold him back. They talk to him, and they talk to him like they do sometimes. And he finally, 40 minutes, he makes it through customs. And I say to Antoine Young, did you smile at the customs guy, Antoine? And he said to me, why? Why should I have to smile at the customs guy? That going to make everybody comfortable? Large black man smiles at the customs guy? And he is right. Whenever anyone asks anyone to smile or tells them to, it is weird. And when an older white lady tells a younger black man to smile, also very weird. But I had a reason. And my reason was Antoine Young has braces. And there is not a terrorist in the world that has braces. If you have braces, you have a future. 3 years from now, you want to smile. He smiled for the rest of the trip and was never stopped again. Now, so that's a beautiful parable. Tell your children. This is a middle-aged white lady. There's nothing I can do about it. It's very weird. The weirdest thing about it, of course, is that I never knew I was white. Possibly the whitest thing I've ever said. Why? Nobody cares, but you can't stop me from telling you, middle-aged white lady. So here's how it goes. I am from Wisconsin. And in Wisconsin, if someone were to say to someone else, I am white, you would say back to them, did you mean Polish? Did you mean German? Did you mean Italian or Norwegian? As you back slowly away from their swastika factory, looking for a gallon of gasoline and a match. So, and I know exactly what this looks like. This looks like every hashtag peppermint permit patty that's ever screwed up a barbecue or interrupted a kid trying to have a lemonade stand. Here's an impression of what I look like. I'm going to call the cops. And with that look comes great responsibility, my friends. And that responsibility is to confront meaner, stupider white people. And we can do it. I'm already punched in. I'm already a big meddler. I'm the Mrs. Kravitz that you've never met. I have a nose problem. I'm on the Erie Canal. I'm on the Eiffel Tower. Literally, I went into the public restroom here and I picked up. So I am already in your business. So, yes, I can do it. I don't want to do it, mostly from cowardice. I come from a long line of cowards. I don't want to do confrontation, but I've been a giant hippie, skippy, bleeding heart liberal for 1,000 generations. Back in the 80s, I used to say Nicaragua. Yeah, I've been insufferable for decades. So, but then I found this out, middle-aged white women cannot be killed. This is invincible. Yeah, we just respawn. Yeah, please do not camp on our spawning spot. Anyway, so I was in Yellowstone. This is where I found out, Yellowstone National Park. Me and 4 other middle-aged white women, not me. Jeez. Okay, so 4 women, 4 50-year-old women, the week that I was there, tried to pet wild animals. 3 women, different parts of the park, different days of that week, tried to pet bison. 1 woman tried to pet a moose. None of them died. They all should have died. There is a sign every 2 feet in Yellowstone that says, do not pet the wild animals. And these 4 50-year-old white women were like, sure, but not me. It's me, Kimberly. So hide behind this. This is a live-action meat shield. This cannot be killed. You hide behind it, you pick it up, you whip it at the enemy, do whatever you need to do. Because it cannot be killed. And if it can be, what if we lost? It took a dark twist. Anyway, so the other weird thing going on that I did not know is that there's more dirtbags than I thought. I've been doing stand-up comedy forever. I opened for Hester Prynne back in the 1600s. She was hilarious. She had a tight 5 in the Iroquois. Anyway, yeah, get out. They hate Nathaniel Hawthorne. They're like, nope, we're out. Okay, please sit. Thank God there's a dog. You know the guy in the portrait? I'm going to backpedal. The photographer in Reykjavik, Iceland, had a dog, had a St. Bernard mutt dog. And I said to the photographer in the portrait studio in Reykjavik, Iceland, that is a nice dog, like you say to a guy with a dog. And then he said to me, she was a rescue dog. And I said, oh, that's great. Then there was a long pause. And then I said to the man in Reykjavik, Iceland, what do you mean by that? She was a rescue dog. And he said, she used to rescue people on ice floes. She was a rescue dog. In America, when we say that, it means we've saved a Chihuahua mix and we're going to build ourselves a statue. Anyway, I want to pet all of your dogs. I want to pet all of your dogs. I want to pet all of your dogs. Do you know why? They're domesticated animals, and I like dogs. But some I'm not allowed. Some are shy. Some have PTSD. Not allowed to pet the dog. Other ones are at work. Not allowed to pet the working dog. So I got a lot of friends here. They got anxiety dogs. They got therapy dogs. They put all their anxieties into those dogs, and then those dogs shake like whippets. Those dogs. Those are the dogs of Dorian Gray. Those dogs. Anyway. Maybe I could be of use. I could be of use. Maybe I pet your therapy dog. We bleed off some of that anxiety into this animal, friendly animal right here. I give you back half-empty dog. That's fun for all of us. I've had 4 friends recently tell me in this city that they were empaths. I am an empath, I was told. Nope. Not I'm empathetic, not I'm sympathetic or patient or tolerant or kind, but an empath. And I was like Mantis from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like Deanna Troi from Star Trek The Next Generation. Like a demon from Buffy No, you are not. You made eye contact with someone who was crying. You had a human moment. Someone looked up from their phone and you were there. That is not a superpower. And a friend of mine said, no, it's more than that. It's like when somebody else's dog dies, I feel it just as bad as they do. And I was like, wow, do you feel the waves of hostility coming off of me? Do you feel that? Because the word you're looking for is narcissism. And they were all millennials. I love a millennial. I am a Gen X person myself. You know that they never named the generations until the boomers? They named the boomers, and then that guy wrote that book about the greatest generation, which is the worst way to talk about it. That's the worst way a generation should talk to the next. Follow that. That's the worst. Here's how you talk to the next generation. I'm sorry, we couldn't fix it. Please help. And we got guff. I'm Gen X. We got guff. In the 80s, I was told I was a slacker, played too many video games. Both true. Turns out it worked out. And it's going to be fine for you. It's going to be the same percentage of dirtbags are going to be dirtbags in millennial times that were in whatever Gen X times. So, but I will say this, is that I have never seen the pile of guff that millennials have gotten. It is a tower of avocado toast that you people are being crushed under. And here's the thing, though. The only thing that they make fun of millennials about that makes me laugh, I don't know if you know this about yourselves. You don't know how to read maps. We used to read maps all the time. I don't know if you know how to read. Back in the 80s, you're always looking at your devices. We used to read maps all the time. I have this to say. I was there in the 80s. There was some map usage. Not as much as has been reported. We mostly use people. I'd call you. I'd say, I live here, you live there. How do I get there? I'd write down the directions on a piece of paper. I'd leave that piece of paper on the kitchen table. I'd get into my car. I'd drive as far as I remembered. And then I'd pull over, put 35 cents into a phone in a gas station or a grocery store. Call you again. Where do you live from here, I'd say. So you are not fighting a pile of Magellans. It's going to be fun. We don't know how to read the stars either. If you see a tree, if I see a tree and it has moss on it, I absolutely never think to myself, ooh, north. I think dirty tree is what I think. My least favorite part of any generation are the simpler time jackasses. Every generation has them. A first 24-year-old one. Every generation has them. It's some banana head who says, it was a simpler time. Back when I was a kid, things were easier. It was a simpler time. It was a simpler time when I was a kid. Things were easier. It was a simpler time. Yes, you were a child. I pray to God it was a simpler time. Unless you were 11 in Hong Kong working in a sock factory, it should have been a simpler time. I did that joke in Hanoi 9 months ago. Live and learn, you guys. Here's what I learned I did Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. And what I got to see was other people's racism. It's always fun. You're never alone, you guys. So here's what I learned. The Vietnamese hate the Chinese and the Cambodians. The Cambodians hate the Vietnamese and the Thai only like themselves. And but here's who they all hated. Chinese mainland tourists. They were all, for some reason, enraged at the mainland tourist, which I thought was interesting because they're the only ones with money right now. But if you haven't met a mainland Chinese tourist, you will. They're coming. It's going to be fine. But when you meet them, Remember this, all they are, because of the Cultural Revolution, you're meeting Americans from 1960. That's all it is. They're rural, they have a Scrooge McDuck pile of money, and they're wandering the earth trying to buy things that aren't for sale. So that's all it is. Don't sweat it. Anyway, I was talking about this. I've had 4 older guys my age, that's right, 110, say to me in the last couple of years, you can't even flirt anymore, man. You can't even flirt. Talk to a woman, she thinks you're harassing her. And I have this to say. Are you sure you're flirting? Because I have never flirted in my life. I am married to a man, but not because of any interpersonal skills. I am married because of online dating. I'm excellent with computers. It's a drop-down menu option. I am a woman looking for a man to date. Tappity-tap, tappity-tap. You exchange some emails. You dash off to a Starbucks. You look at each other for the first time. And then one of you goes, no. And then you go home. And you do it again and again and again and again until you meet someone who isn't horrified by your initial appearance. Or vice versa, because it's just that romantic. Now, and I'm married to an adult man. I don't know if you've ever had sex with an adult man, but it is exciting. But here's the weird thing. But I didn't have any social skills. So I never had a boyfriend before. I would occasionally get laid. I wasn't very good at it, and it doesn't matter how big a feminist you are. If you are having sex with a stranger, and that is what I was doing, there will always be an awkward moment if you are a woman having sex with a stranger where you cannot help but think to yourself, is this where he kills me? It's super awkward, and by the way, almost impossible to have an orgasm, because you're poised for flight. But, this feels great. We're doing it. All right. We're going to talk around the helicopter, you guys. Let's do it. So I don't know what I'm doing. Every day I wake up and I'm like, have I broken it? And every day he goes, not today. You're doing great. So we go forward. But he knows what he's doing. He's had short-term relationships and long-term relationships like a person, right? I never had. I don't even have any, I don't know how much stand-up comedy you've seen, but if you see a lot of stand-up comedy, you know that we're just a parade of Asperger's victims up here, just fighting a wind of autism. And I am no different. I'm the youngest of 6. I have 4 older brothers and an older sister, and before the age of 7, in my family, there was a lot of hitting. Our parents hit us, we hit each other. It was the 70s, it was the golden age of hitting. It's over, don't worry about it. When I turned 7, there was a decision made in my family, no more hitting. We're not going to hit you, you can't hit each other. That sounds great. What they didn't do is tell us what to do with what was now our bottled rage. My brothers, much older, did many things. I crawled into a book and I did some reading because I'm a giant nerd. Did some reading, did some rereading, then did a little reading, and then all of a sudden I was 13. Now, I don't know what your 8th grade situation was like, but when I was in 8th grade, girls would fight. I didn't fight because I was reading, and I was told not to fight. Well, a smaller girl came up to me in 8th grade and said, hey, the burnout girls are going to beat me up after school. Will you come and stand next to me while it happens? And I was like, why would that be something? And she goes, you don't have to fight. It would just be for moral support. And I was like, well, that's probably what a friend in my book would do. Let's do it. So we go after school. And I'm standing next to this kid, and I'm reading, and I'm waiting for the fight to begin. And I'm reading, and I'm waiting for the fight to begin. And the fight never begins. And you know why the fight never begins? Because Spooky Reading Girl is there, creeping the heck out of absolutely everyone. I ruined 3 fights with this technique. 2 other girls came up to me, and they're like, would you stand next to me while Vicky Emberts thinks about beating me up? Because you weird her out. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And I never had any friends. I did not have any friends as a child. I had siblings, plenty of people to hang out with, and I had an imaginary friend for too long. Steve. I met Steve when I was 7. He was 11. He had a motorbike. We had a lot of good times. Anyway, here is how you know you've had an imaginary friend for too long. When he becomes your imaginary boyfriend. I was 14. He was 18. It was about to become statutory. We all knew better. The timing is very tricky with this. Okay, so I'm sure you're fine, but it's a little bit like trying to, it's somebody tapping me. Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, but here's how I found out about friendship. I was 14. I went out for the basketball team, and I was doing laps like you do when you go out for a basketball team. And I was reading a book like I did when I did anything when I was 14. And the coach comes over, and she's like, nope, no running and reading, no reading and running. What is happening? Pick someone from the team to run with. And I said, I don't have any friends. No one wants to run with me. Boo-hoo. And she goes, you don't have any friends. And I said, nope, no friends. And she changed my life. She blew my mind. She goes, you don't have any friends. And I said, nope. And she goes, are you friendly? No, I'm not. Did you miss the book? It was nonfiction. It was called The Bravest Teenage Yanks. Anyway, she took time out of her very busy life to explain friendship to me. She drew a line graph in the dirt of the track to explain friendship to me. She's like, here we are, beginning of the line graph. Start talking to people. Eye contact would be great, but any kind of mumbling will get you acquaintances. Do it. After a certain amount of time, some of those people will make it here, middle of the line graph. Those will be your actual friends. You'll support them. They'll support you. Very beautiful. Here. End of the line graph. This isn't friendship. I don't know what you're doing over here, but knock it off. You're going through their garbage. You're reading their text messages. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. To this day, this line graph is why I have friends. But this is not a boyfriend graph. That's a different graph. That's a bar graph, which is a dick joke. And did you guys know this? Is that there's more genders than we knew? I thought that there was one. It turns out scientists have always known that there are more genders. They just didn't think we could handle it. Like, I'm a she-her, but that's because I've always been a she-her. I'm not a particularly good she-her. This is what I look like all the time. So, and like, it's not really, like, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a boy. I wanted to grow up, and I wanted to be a boy or a woman. My entire childhood, I wanted to be a boy or a woman. I never wanted to be a man. That seemed grumpy and a little too busy. I never wanted to be a girl because that felt like a giant ripoff. I wanted to be a boy and a woman. I wanted to be Huckleberry Finn, Annette Bening, or Lysistrata. Anyway, so... But I don't, I like the idea that there's, like, I'm a she, her, and some people are he, hims, but then there's some people that are they, thems. They're all any's. And it's like trying to figure out how to call them that. It's like my nephew, his entire life, he was called TJ. Turns 18, he would like to be called Thomas. I can do that. There's going to be a learning curve. It's going to take a second. I'm on board. Anyway, because I like the idea of it, because you can't say to somebody, you can't do that, you have to do this because you are a boy, because you could say back, I'm not a boy, I'm a they, them, watch me do whatever I want. And you can't say to somebody, you have to want this, you can't want that because you're a girl, and you're like, I'm not a girl, I'm a they, them, watch me want whatever I want. And then when it's time for sexy times, right, when you want to start getting with it, you can squish with whoever you wish, right? It's you can say, I am attracted to both the Brony paper towel guy, the Swiss Miss lady, and a gummy bear. So, or whatever advertising icon of your choice. But I will say this, is that I don't ever feel, like some women are super sexy. I've never felt particularly sexy. Like some people, they're like, well, I put on a dress, or I put on a really cool coat, or a kitten heel. Somebody told me a kitten heel. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so, here's when I feel sexy. When I am literally having sex with my husband. That is the sexiest I feel, when we are literally doing it. The rest of the time, I just feel like a people. Just a person wandering around, wondering what you're reading. There's not a lot of, it's very simple. There's not a lot to it. Anyway, so, yeah? Sure, all right. So here's the scoop, is, he was like, yeah. Anyway, so, that was on me, not on him. He's the king. So here's the scoop. I will leave you on this. I still like to read. I like to read nonfiction still, but I like to read fiction and then historical fiction. And sometimes I like to read romance novels, historical romance novels. And I only tell you that because you can't count on the info that you get in a historical romance novel. Or any novel. I don't recommend you try to find your way around the United States with a Jack Reacher novel. So, but I'm reading my historical romance novel, and supposedly my protagonist is studying an ancient document which describes different tantric sex moves. Tantric sex, of course, is the bendy sex. Was it really tantric sex moves that she was describing? We will never know, because I'm not Googling it. But here is the move that she described that I thought was interesting. 9 short strokes, 1 long stroke. 8 shallow strokes, 2 deep strokes. 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 5 and 5, 4 and 6, 3 and 7, 2 and 8, 1 and 9, 10 deep long strokes. You know what I'm talking about. Now, I read this and I think to myself, I would like to try this sweet, sweet move. I got a fella at the house. We're all sanctioned by God and the government. Let's do this. So me and him are going at it one time like we do, and I think to myself, I would like to try the thing. But he has not read the book, and he does not know the move. And I don't tell him. I just kind of take over the reins a little bit. He's a good sport. But now we have to go at it like 9 and 1, 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 5 and 5, 4 and 6, 3 and 7, until 10, deep, long strokes. It's supposed to make the sacks last longer. Everybody's supposed to have a good time. So it came to pass. Thank you for asking. Now, afterwards, we're cuddling like we do. And we're cuddling, and I says to him, I says, did you notice the thing I did in the sack right there with the sex? Because I'm super romantic. And he says, yes, I was there. So, what? But, okay, but here's the scoop. And then I told him the long and the short of it, right? And then he goes, I'm glad you didn't tell me about it because I might have wanted to take the reins back. And then I would have wanted to do 3 short strokes, 3 long strokes, 3 short strokes, and then pause. 3 short strokes, 3 long strokes, 3 short strokes, and then pause. 3 short strokes, 3 long strokes, 3 short strokes, and then you would have been like, oh my gosh, he's in trouble. And then I had to go look up SOS on Morse code. Enjoy the rest of the show, you guys. Have a good night. Take care of each other out there, okay? Good night.
Dedication, everybody! Oh my gosh. Okay, so she is fantastic. Did you guys know you were going to learn about Morse code? Did you guys know you were going to learn about that? This is an educational moment. This is what we're doing right now. I'm going to tell you one little joke that I'm going to bring up. That was your main chorus. And now I'm going to tell you one joke that I'm going to bring up your dessert comedian. It's going to be amazing. So I used to teach karate and women's self-defense. Yeah, okay. I like that. I like it when nobody even cares. That one's fine. Don't you clap for me. Don't you pity clap for me. Because I know what just happened. Every man in this general peer vicinity just went like, oh, no, I can't grope that lady. No. And you can't. I'll break your arm. I will. But I used to teach. I don't teach anymore, mostly because I hurt my back. I know, sad, but, sensible flats, I'm good. I hurt my back, and my doctor was super excited about my back injury. He was like, Anna, come here. You have the exact same back injury as Kobe Bryant. Yeah, but if you and Kobe were both cars, he would be a Bentley, and you would be a Honda. I know. At first I was like, Dr. Choi, a Honda's a very reliable car. And the Civic's never assaulted a lady, so I feel like I win. Okay, that was quite a joke to do on an interim. All right, guys. Oh, gosh, I want to tell you something nice and fun, but I used all those up before most of you even got here. So that's a good one. My boyfriend is 8 years younger than me. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! You guys should be happy for that. I'm living my best life. That's amazing because that's not new wiener where you don't know what's wrong with it. It's not old wiener where you definitely know what's wrong with it. It's Honda certified. It's right in the middle. Yeah, it's good wiener. That's what that is. If you haven't dated somebody younger, you got to try it. You got to try it at least once in your life. If you're in your 30s, date someone in their 20s. If you're in your 20s, date a high schooler. Try it out. Because what's the worst that can happen? They make you a judge in Alabama? I mean, come on. That's just power. There's the audience. You're back. Okay. All right, guys. We are down to our final comedian. She's super funny. She tours all over the place. You can get her album on iTunes. Again, another one of my heroes. Guys, give it up for Miss Amy Miller!
Yeah, keep it going for your host, Anna. All right. I want you guys and my fellow comedians to know that I would never, ever, under other circumstances, perform in jorts, okay? But we're at the beach, so you're lucky I'm wearing any pants at all. These jorts are for the children. Hey, baby. What's your baby's name? Scoop? Snoop? After Snoop Dogg? Oh, so cute. You were like, I can't say the F word. You were like, forget Snoopy. I'm going to name him after the good one. Snoop! What if I just, for 15 minutes, talk to all the dogs? Okay, Jackie was supposed to be last. Clap it up for Jackie Cation. She was your headliner, but I had some issues with the parking. It doesn't matter. We're here now. We're on the ocean. The planes are flying. It's awesome. I'm just so happy to be out of the house because it's hard. You guys did it. I'm so proud of you. I have a little guy back home. Does anybody have little ones? Tight. I'm not a mom. I just have a really young boyfriend. Thank you, fellow lady creeps. Anna, yes, we did it. I think our boyfriends might be the same age, actually. No. I know, it doesn't matter. I don't think our age difference is creepy, you know, like I'm 38 and my boyfriend's 20-something. I don't listen when he talks. It's so boring. Have you ever had a white man in his 20s speak to you in your home? Oh, so many wrestling facts nobody asked for. I don't care. No, he's cute. I truly only notice our age difference around technology, you know, which is sad because I'm not that old. But like one night, my boyfriend's asleep. I'm up. It's 3 a.m. I'm in the living room. I'm drunk, okay? And I want to watch a DVD. Seemed like a simple request. So I'm just in the living room, you know, I'm pushing buttons, I'm moving cords around, I'm changing sources, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm messing with that input. Oh, they hate it. Turns out we don't have a DVD player. That's when I found out that what we have in our house is a Sony PlayStation. Oh, good. Oh, good. I just really wanted to be pushing 40, trying to learn a new video game controller to cry watch Steel Magnolias again, you know? You guys don't have a bottle of wine and watch Dolly Parton movies? Cool. I don't know. I feel bad for my young boyfriend sometimes. I have this idea that men in their 20s want to have like a trophy girlfriend, you know? It's not in the cards for me. It's rude that you left. Very disrespectful. We can all agree trophy's a very specific kind of hot, okay? As a lady, at best, I'm a Stanley Cup, all right? Just way more impressive to Canadian men. Also, most of the dudes that win it are missing teeth and have anger problems, and that's fine. Oh, I should mention this. I am a plus-size person. Okay. Some of you knew that already. But I always feel like I have to mention it in case anyone's visiting from the Midwest. Anyone? Oh, I'm so skinny there. Okay. But in Los Angeles, where I live, I am Mama June. Okay, I'm the largest woman in Los Angeles, and I love it. And people will be like, "Yeah, but isn't it hard to be plus size in Hollywood?" I'm like, "No, dude, this is the best place to do it because everything I do here is very brave." Do you understand that people are like firefighters and EMTs? Like, I sometimes put on a bathing suit and put it on Instagram, and people are like, she is so brave. She's an American hero. My Instagram's just Amy Miller Comedy if you guys want to see those pics. A lot of meat. Get your sauce ready. You know what I'm saying? All right. I don't know what that means, but I know it's gross. And I see your reaction, and I like it. She was like, ew! But truly, I know you're going to look it up later. That's what I know. I am so brave to be fat in LA, but I think I took it too far because I made a bold summertime choice to walk around Los Angeles eating an ice cream cone in public. And I walked by this homeless dude, and he was like, hey, do you really think you need that ice cream? I know. He goes, you're already fat. And I was like, oh, do you know why, sir? And he was like, why? And I was like, oh, because I've been eating food at my house, okay? It's not, I don't feel good about it. I'm not proud of that. But I got him. That is not a cool joke to tell outside on the pier, by the way. I'm going to need security to escort me back to my car. I don't know. Power structures are so complicated, and he did start it, if you think about it. I have a mother. Cool. I just visited her. She's really pumped because she got a Groupon. Yeah. My mom got a Groupon on a DNA test for her dog. This is about you, Snoop. It's about your people. He's like, don't wake me up, you crazy bitch. My mom got a Groupon on a DNA test for her dog, and I found that so interesting that she wanted to know about her dog's background because she didn't tell me who my real father was for 30 years. Yep, maybe if I had looked more like a Chesapeake Bay Retriever, she would have looked into it. So she got the dog's DNA tested. She tells everybody about it, right? If you go to my mom's house right now, she'll be like, oh, you know where Bones is from? Chesapeake Bay. Does my mom know where the Chesapeake Bay is? I don't think so. Did she name her dog Bones because dogs like bones? You guys know it's after the TV show. You know that. She's an old white lady. She loves an investigative drama, okay? The one investigative drama my mother never cared about was, who is my daddy? Please tell me. Please. Please. Snoopy, it's okay. I did get my DNA tested eventually. I did the 23andMe. Has anybody done that? Yeah, what did you find out? 90% European, white as fuck. Okay. 10% African. Oh, congrats. All the privilege, okay, with just that little splash of flavor. Good for you. Was that a surprise, or did you guys know about it? What part of Africa? It was a total surprise to your whole family. Is anybody else seeing that this kid looks mixed as hell? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but come on. I wasn't surprised. I'm going to go more like 40%. Turn around and show the crowd. That's a mixed dude, right? Okay. Well, you're beautiful and you're perfect, and I'm sorry someone in your family cheated and never wanted to tell anybody, but I'm sure it was a good time that your mom had. Listen, it happens. It happened to me, okay? I'm just speaking from experience. Are you guys together? Okay, when you met and started dating, were you like, you're all the way white? Ew. Because what's your background? Can I see that? She goes, just Mexican. Don't undersell it, okay? You're perfect. Oh, okay, 100%. That's dope. Yeah, okay, that was going to be my guess. So you're like Latina as hell. And he was like, I'm a white guy. And you're like, all right. I guess. Cool. Did you ever get to the bottom of it, or? Yeah. Your great-grandmother. Okay. Cool. Sweet. I did my DNA test. I don't know. My results came back. Great news. Still white trash. They actually sent my results in a Cool Ranch Doritos bag, so that was very comforting. Oh, man, I have to pee so bad. I want you all to know that you're great, but I am performing for the ocean right now. It's mostly what I'm looking at and thinking about. Doesn't mean you're not enough. It's just very distracting to be on the edge of the earth telling the dumbest jokes. I have to pee. I wish there was a bathroom here. I like a nice, reasonable bathroom, you know? Like, I've been getting really tired of bar bathrooms trying to be cute and jokey on the doors. You know, have you ever been in, like, a themed bar and you're looking for the restroom and you're like, honestly, I don't know if I'm a doe or a buck. I'm drunk, okay? I'm not a zoologist or a hunter, so if you could just tell me which door to go through, that would be great. Especially in the South. Oh my God, a themed restaurant in the South, the doors are like cowpokes and milkmaids. You're like, do I have to work here? Is this a functioning farm? I think we should just keep it simple, you know? I think we should all use the same bathrooms, or we should trust full-grown adults to know where they feel the most comfortable. And I am a hero for thinking that, so you can leave my medals at the exit on your way out, my straight medals. But I don't know, I was in a bar in San Diego, and I was in a hallway that had 3 doors, all right? First door was what I usually go into, okay? It's just You know, piece of a quesadilla, a tomato, and some celery sticks. That's usually where I pee. Second door was your standard circle head hot dog body. Okay. I don't usually pee in there because it stinks. The third door was just a portrait of Tom Selleck. Why was that the first door I tried? Like, I pretty much subscribed to the gender that I was given, but how come in that moment I was like, I don't know though. Maybe I am my mom's favorite TV hunk, you know? I went in there, it was a storage closet. They were really mad I was peeing in it. I have an idea for inclusive bathroom doors, all right? I think outside of every bathroom door should just have a full-length mirror. How cute is that? You walk up and it's like, oh, there you are. Get in here. Come on. There's another benefit to the mirror system, and that is that it will keep out vampires, okay? I don't want vampires in my bar bathrooms. I know what they're doing. It's cocaine. I've met goth people, okay? You know what else the mirrors will keep out? This is important to me. You guys might disagree. It is the extremely tall. Now, I don't support discrimination against any group. I just think, like, if you're in a bar and you're over 6'5", you should have to pee in the street like the freak that you are. That's... If you walk up to that mirror and you can't see your own goddamn Frankenstein head, you get the hell out of this bar, mister. No, I like tall men, I like short men, I like all kinds of men. I used to be a whore. But I find it interesting when Jackie, I'm going down a road that I know ends dirty. What do I do? I messed up. They told us not to. There's children. It's not that dirty. It's more dark. I find it interesting when my lady friends are like, oh, I just like a tall guy because I want to feel safe. I'm like, that's interesting because tall guys don't have to fight. Do you know that when there's trouble, they just like stand there and be big and someone's like, oh, sorry, I upset you, sir. If you want to feel truly safe, get yourself a short dude. They're fucking crazy, okay? They're always ready to fight, and they all have sex like they have been molested. It is... Ooh, it's incredible. What a gift. Plus, tall guy sex, oh my God, so unwieldy. You can't even have a bed frame. Do you understand? There's always like 5 feet of extra man just dangling off the bed. You're like, find a place for your limbs, for Christ's sake. Your face is just slamming into a sternum over and over. You're like, I would kiss you, but you're so far away. And your beard stinks. I had a bed frame once I used to date a man who was 6'8", okay? I had a wrought iron bed frame, you know, beautiful, full-size bed, very impractical for that kind of monster. I woke up one morning, he had 2 hands sticking out of the top of the iron and 2 feet sticking out of them. It looked like I was going to roast him. Not in a comedic way, like on a fire. Where do you guys live? What's your address? Santa Monica? No deal! F that S. I come here once a year. I live in LA and I almost never see the ocean because fuck that traffic, right? It's so impractical. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's so majestic. I'll see it again in 6 months. I treat it like a relative. I walk dogs. People are very nuts about their dogs in LA, right? And I love doggies. I think they're very good boys. Good girls. Suvi. But I used to be that person that was like, there's no bad dogs, you know? There's only dogs who have bad owners and dogs who've been through trauma, right? Clap if you think there are no inherently bad doggies. Okay, interesting. Sounds like you haven't met Truffles. Truffles is a Doberman that lives in Beverly Hills, and I don't care who hurt him. He's making poor choices, okay? He's a bad dude with a bad dude. Also, Truffles took 4 craps in 30 minutes. Yep, 4 craps in 30, and they're Doberman craps, you know? So it's like mostly the bones of missing dogs from the neighborhood. People are so insane about their dogs here. I was on my way to a dog walk once, right? I get a text from the lady, and she's like, hey, you're going to notice something when you arrive. Noodles wears a diaper. I was like, I'm going to notice? What if I didn't notice? She goes, Noodles wears a diaper, and we would appreciate it, okay? And I need you guys to know this lady was single, all right? So when she says we, she means me and Noodles, okay? She goes, we would appreciate it if you could just take the diaper off, do the walk, and then re-diaper Noodles when you get back home. Noodles is embarrassed to be seen with the diaper in public. I'm like, I'm embarrassed to be seen with Noodles in public, lady. But her text didn't even faze me because I had just finished a walk with a dog named Phil Collins. He was an easy lover. Nestor, I'm leaving, but I'm just going to tell one short joke. Is that okay? Okay, all right. Well, it took me 7 hours to get here, so I feel like if I go over 1 minute, it's fine. Where did that other big doggy go in the back? Is that doggy still there? Oh, that's so sad. Did you see that curly dog that was back there? Oh my God, it was so cute. Him and his mom had the same hairdo. Did you notice that? She had a little poodle do. Okay, poodle don't, if you know. No. I do like this job. This is my favorite job I've ever had. Comedy is an interesting job to do as a lady, right? Like, we get a lot of cool feedback. I know my favorite feedback I ever got. I was talking to this younger dude comic, and he was like, yeah, but don't you feel weird, though, trying to make it when there's already a famous comedian named Amy? I was like, I don't know, Dave. Do you feel weird? I don't know. Bill, do you? I don't know. Mitch, Robert, Bob, Bobby. John with an H, John with no H. Richard, Richie, Ricky, Dickie, Dick, Gregory, Greg, Craig, Adam, Josh, Ron, Jimmy, Jim, James. Do you guys feel weird? I don't know. Carrot, do you feel weird? Thank you guys so much. I'm Amy. Have a wonderful night.
Jackie Cation.